Michelle Vandevord, a Cree woman from Muskoday First Nation, has made firefighting history as the first woman to be named president of the Aboriginal Firefighters Association of Canada. With more than 2 decades of experience, she hopes to inspire more women to take a job in firefighting. Michelle joins us this morning. Michelle, it's an honor to talk to you. Hi.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
We're so glad to speak with you today. As the first female president, what will be your priorities in this new role?
One of my main priorities is the development of the National Indigenous Fire Safety Council with Indigenous Services Canada. So it's supporting First Nation communities, developing fire safety programs and capacity. So we're in our second year of the project, and it's an Indigenous created organization that serves Indigenous communities. Hence the motto, for us, by us. And for more information, people can go to indigenousfiresafety.ca.
Michelle, right now we're looking at some pictures of you in your various roles within firefighting, and I see some of the kids looking up at you, and they've got this look of awe in their eyes. What made you get into firefighting?
It began when a friend shoulder tapped me, and somehow he seen something in me that I didn't see in myself. So I went out to my first firefighting meeting, and the rest is kind of history. But with that being said, I have very strong values that were handed down to me from my grandmother and my mother for volunteering in my community. So a lot of it goes back to them and honoring them and keeping their values alive in my family.
Michelle, from your perspective, what are some of the major gaps still facing First Nations fire services?
Limited resources, programming and funding are a huge problem. Firefighters on reserve, I find, are being reactive instead of proactive. So with the Indigenous Fire Safety Council, our goal is to close those gaps.
There's also a lack of data, I'm understanding, as well.
Yes, there hasn't been anybody keeping stats on reserve fires since 2010. So that's another huge goal of the Indigenous Fire Safety Council, is starting to track fires on reserve.
Michelle, this past summer was the first time there was an all-female crew competing in the national firefighting competition. Since you first started to now, how have you seen women advancing in firefighting?
When I first started firefighting, there weren't very many females in the fire service. So I would go to fire schools in Saskatchewan, and there may have been 2 or 3 other girls. And now I can go to fire schools, and I'm seeing a huge increase in numbers. And by doing what I'm doing every day, volunteering, I hope I'm inspiring more females. They're desperately needed. All over Canada, we're seeing a huge decrease in volunteer numbers for our fire departments. So I encourage more females to look at their fire departments. We have lots of great volunteers in our communities, and just to look at the fire department as another avenue for volunteering.
Michelle, you said you hope that you're inspiring. I think it's safe to say that you are, because we are inspired by you this morning, and we're glad to talk to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for watching. If you like this, be sure to subscribe here.
And you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.